Welcome back to Just Scribble. About 3 months ago, I shared my first ever unboxing from one of May Paper Co.'s Destash boxes. So they're sort of like a misfit grab bag for your ring planners. They also have, I think, a non-ring planner one, like a stationary one, but the majority of the Destash boxes are for your ring planner. And when I ordered that first time, it didn't have any A6 size Destash boxes, or if they did, they sold out super fast. And so I had bought FCC Franklin Covey Compact because next to A6 rings, that is my second favorite ring planner size. And so I had bought that, I had unboxed it, I had shared it. I got a ton of value out of that Destash box, and so I had decided if they did one again and I could get an A6 ring size Destash box, I would buy one. And they had another one, and I was able to get A6. And also Franklin Covey Compact. I decided to order both. I actually thought about getting A6 and also the stationary one, or A6 and also personal wide. My Dear Emmy cover is a personal wide that fits Franklin Covey Compact or personal wide. And so I had thought about getting personal wide and A6 or the stationary and A6, but ultimately I decided to get Franklin Covey Compact and A6 because those are the two ring sizes that I like the best. And so I have here my two Destash boxes. So let me open up this box and get everything out, and we will check out what I got. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I was able to snag an A6 Destash box, and also because it's bigger than my Franklin Covey box, which, oh, I'm so excited about it. All right, so these are my Destash boxes. This one is Franklin Covey Compact, and then this one is A6 size. So it says, "Thank you for giving me a second chance at being loved." We're going to start with the Franklin Covey Compact one. Oh my goodness, this is so much stuff. All right, so it says, "Destash box, thank you for giving me another chance." And then I got all of these. So let me real quick, and an accessory. So let me real quick pull up my order because I did want to tell you guys what I paid, just because that kind of helps you guys decide if this is something you want to watch for in the future. And they have pretty much all ring planner sizes, and May Paper Co. is just an amazing company. They're just a wonderful shop that I'm proud to shop from and support, and the quality of what they have is absolutely amazing. So let me pull up my order. So the Franklin Covey was $57 and the A6 was $47, and then it was $15 to ship. So in total, I spent $119 on this entire order. So let's see what I got. The first thing I got was a Today page marker with gold foiling in Franklin Covey Compact size, also personal size, also personal wide. The ring mechanism is the same in personal, FCC, and personal wide, and so I can use this in all three, or with all three size inserts. All right, and then I got a weekly agenda. It's a vertical lined edition, Monday start with separable months, which is my preference. On the back, it gives you a little overview of it. We're going to open it up and check it out. So these are dated, and so if I decide that I don't want to use these for 2025, I will either redate them in a future year, or I will add them to my Destash section on my website for pre-loved and unused items from my stash, and I will sell them at a discount to someone. But I wanted to check them out and see what I got. Okay, so you have a monthly overview, so it has a focus for the month, your master to-do list, important dates, and notes, and it says January. And then when you turn the page, it goes into the weekly, which is a vertical style weekly with a stacked weekend and a notes section and a to-do section, but no timeline. So you have a to-do section there. You have a space at the top for like the birthday that day, the anniversary that day, the holiday that day, recycle trash day, important kind of things to note for the day. And then just a list that you can use for your tasks for the day. You can use it for appointments for the day and tasks, whatever you want. And it goes through the whole month of January, and then you get a blank lined page, and then you go into February. So it looks like I got, the whole year here. So that is awesome. I am not going to attempt to put this all back into the plastic on this video because that would be annoying. So instead we will just open up and unbox. Now, when I did this last time, when I shared last time, I didn't get very many dated things. I got a lot of undated things that I could use at any time. Looks like I got quite a few dated things this time, which is totally cool. So this is the 2025 monthly agenda with notes, Monday start, separable months, little preview. I love that they do separable months because then you can bundle your months and weeks together if you want, or if you're a person that only carries certain weeks in your planner, like 1 month worth of your weeks or only certain months, you can easily take things out and you're not taking out or having to leave in a part of a month or a part of a week. And it also allows you to kind of mix and match your setup if you want to change things up. So you have a monthly page that tells you what month you are, and then you have your Monday start monthly. There's no lines or anything like that on the days. There's no holidays. It's very, very clean. And then you have a sidebar, a section down here, and a section down here that you can use for notes or deco or whatever. And then at the end of the month, you have a line page, and then you go into the next month. And so I have the whole year here for 2025. This would be very easy to redate and use in the future if I wanted, which is awesome. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in FCC this year or not. Then I got the week on one page horizontal blank. One thing I really like about the Destash box is it lets you try out their inserts and also try out layouts and kind of see what works for you. And then in the future, if you want to buy directly from their site, you can. They also sell on Amazon. So they have an Amazon shop, at least in the US they do. So for a lot of things, not a 6 size as far as inserts go, like printed inserts, but for other sizes, you can actually snag them on their Amazon shop. So this is a horizontal weekly, 1 week on a page. It's not separable. It would be a really good spread for like 1 line a day for your memory keeper. It could be really great for wellness if you don't need a lot of space to track your symptoms and all of that. Looks like I have the whole year. There's a little piece of something there, which is probably why it ended up in the Destash set. And then after December, the last week of December, then you get a lined page, and then that's just the little info page. And this is what they call an undated vertical monthly, but it is really a perpetual calendar. I mean, you could use it for either way or either one. So you could use this in a lot of ways. You could use this as your monthly, and you could plan vertically down instead of being on a month on 2 pages or a month on 1 page. You could also use this as a perpetual calendar. So you could put all of your family, friends, etc.'s birthdays, anniversaries, holidays that don't move by day of the week but are set by date. And you could take this year by year with you, and so that you don't have to rewrite everyone's birthdays, anniversaries, and things like that. So you could use it as a perpetual calendar. You could use it to track certain stats. So you could use it to track what you were reading each month. You could track your weight. You could track your steps, all sorts of things you could do with this. And again, it's not tied to a specific year because there's no days of the week on it. And so you could use this at any time. So I'm really excited for that, actually. Then this is a waiting on. So it has a place to check off when you get it. Then it has a date assigned, due date, a description, and a follow-up. And so it's just a bunch of waiting on pages. You could use this for work projects. You could use this for house projects. You could even use it for orders that you've placed with shops. So kind of like an order tracker. Lots of ways you can use this. Then we have a 30-day tracker. A habit tracker is not date specific, which is awesome. So you can use it at any time, but it's just a whole bunch of 30-day habits, and you can do your start and your end date and what the habit is. And then you can just mark it off with a dot marker. You can color it in. You could do a Zentangle. You could cover it with the little dot sticker, and there's a ton of them. So there are 15 sheets. So 30 pages with 4 habits on each. Then we have the grid vertical split. So this is just a grid page split into 2 columns. So many things you could use this for, but this is perfect for your inbox, for to-do lists, even for specific projects, or like if you have a YouTube channel, you could put the name of the video that you're filming, and you can make notes about things you wanted to talk about on your YouTube videos. Lots of things you could do, and there are 100 pages, so 50 sheets, which is a ton. This would last so long, and I love their paper. It's so nice. All right, then we have a daily agenda. This is an undated daily. It's version 3. And so it's just a daily page. It has a place for you to put the date, a place for your schedule, your priorities, your to-do, and your notes. and they're all like that. And there are 15 sheets or 30 pages, so 30 dailies in this set. Then we have 4mm grid undated notes. And so this is similar to almost like a Stalogy without the timeline. So you could use this for notes. You could use this also as a daily. So at the top you have the date, the month, and then the day of the week. Kind of similar to how Stalogy has that at the top, but without a timeline, and then it's just a grid section. So again, you could use this for notes, but you could also use this for your dailies. And there are 30 pages, so 30 days worth. And then last but not least, some colored paper. I'm not big on colored paper generally, but I found it's kind of fun in your ring planner because you can use it to separate sections or just to kind of mark important things. So in this set, I got one pink page and then a bunch of green. And so if you wanted to make notes and you wanted to be able to find it really quick in your planner, if you stuck this in, it's easy to see in the side of your planner that you had a green page, and so it would be easy to find your notes. Or like if you had a reference page that you wanted to add, putting your reference on the green would be really, really easy to find. That is the FCC plus this Destash box, and I think that was a pretty good little haul. But what we're really here for, well, not you, me, is the A6 size. So again, Destash box, thanks for giving me another chance. Oh my gosh. So much stuff. So much stuff. I'm so excited. Ooh. Oh gosh, I'm so excited and I'm peeking ahead. I shouldn't be peeking ahead. So I suspect that all of this is undated because they don't generally have a lot of dated A6 things, which is perfectly fine. I think A6, although an amazing size and I think would be a favorite if more people tried it, I don't think it's quite as popular as other sizes. So I'm not really surprised that they don't have a lot of dated stuff because you definitely want to be able to sell what you make. But hopefully as it gains popularity, they'll add more dated options. But I have plenty of stickers, pens, stamps, etc. to date things, especially in a ring planner. I do not mind dating at all. So this is the weekly agenda, number 4, undated, with grid, Monday start, week on 2 pages. So it looks like that. Oh my gosh, I love this. So it is not separable. It's just concurrent, like you go week to week to week. So it has your Monday start horizontal on this side, and then a place for the date or really anything that you want to write, and then a grid page for the right hand page. And there are 110 pages in here. So basically 2 years worth of weeklies in here, which is phenomenal. All right, so we got the weekly agenda, and then I got another weekly agenda. So this is number 10 style. I just moved out of A6 rings, and this is going to make me want to move back in. I'll be back in at some point. I'm just using my B6 plans right now for my EDC. All right, so this is a weekly agenda, week on 1 page. Monday start, it has a place where you can circle the month that you're in. I probably wouldn't do that personally, but it's just a Monday start, week on 1 page, non-separable. And there are 56 pages in here, so tons of weeklies. That's awesome. All right, and some more colored paper. I like this kind of purple color. So I got some green paper and then this sort of lilac lavender color paper. I really like that. And then I got a routines page. So this is A6 routines. There are 15 sheets or 30 pages. So it has Monday through Sunday and then a weekly over here. So this is called routines, but you wouldn't have to use this for routines. You could actually use this as your weekly. You could use it for your food log, for your health and wellness. So there are lots of things you could use this for the front side of the page, but the back side has actual routines. But again, you don't have to use this for routines. You could cover this up and you could put headers. You could use this for a weekly page if you really wanted to, but I think it would be great for an ideal week situation. So you could put your ideal week here and then your routines here. And then because for a lot of us, our routine and our ideal week is different in the summer, like when kiddos are out of school versus during the school year. You could have one for summer and you could have one for the school year. So a whole bunch of routine pages, 30 routine pages. Then we have a monthly tracker. This is looking like pretty much everything you would need to set up a ring planner in A6 size, which is amazing. So this is a monthly tracker to track things that you do monthly. You have a place to write your routines or your habits for your monthly tracker, and then the months across to mark the months that you did it, and a place to write the year. And there are 30 in this. So you basically have monthly trackers for 30 years, which is insane. Of course, I think most people would probably use them and then rewrite them and use them and rewrite them. So I don't think it would really last you 30 years, but maybe a couple of years. So this would be really great for habits that you do monthly, but it would also be really good for a cleaning tracker for things that you do monthly versus things that you do every week or every day. Next, we have an expense tracker. So you have the date, the description, the amount, and a box to check off that it cleared your account, and then a place at the total at the bottom, 30 pages of expense tracker. Then this is Undated Daily number 4. I really love a daily planning page, especially in my EDC, because that's really what I need it for, is to kind of see what I have going on that day, and also just for to-do lists and brain dumps and notes and things. And so this is really perfect for that. But you have a place for the date, your schedule that is divided into half hour, which is my favorite, priorities, to-dos, and notes, non-separable, just day after day after day. And you get 30 of them. So a whole month worth of undated dailies. Then this is Cornell Notes. Now I am not a very good Cornell Notes person. I know kind of how it's supposed to work. It's not really how my brain works. But you, of course, don't have to use this for Cornell style notes. You could use this for anything you wanted. It's just a really clean layout. So you have a column there, a bigger column there, and then a section down there, and enough space for a header. 30 sheets, so 1 month. Then we have A6 grid. I don't know what grid size this is. I think it's 4 millimeter. So it has a header spot there and a grid section there, and it is 30 pages of grid, which I always use a ton of in my planners. Ooh, this is exciting. What's exciting is there are 100 sheets in here, which is phenomenal. So it's just lined. It looks kind of college ruled, maybe, so 7 millimeter, I would guess. I don't think it says. It doesn't say. But it is A6 line 50, and it's just lined pages, 100 pages of lined paper that, again, feels amazing. Then I got a glitch page lifter. So I'm not going to open this up out of the package, but this is just a page lifter that goes in the back of your planner. I keep these in all my planners, and they have the best page lifters. They just work perfectly. They're really, really nice and thick, but not too thick. They are amazing. And so I'm really excited to have another one, because I like to have one in all of my covers. That way, when I move in and out of covers, I don't forget to move my page lifter. And then here I have a tab set. We will open this just so that we can see them without the glare, if I can find the spot. Oh, these are really nice. So we have calendar, lists, projects, finance, personal, and miscellaneous in like a white font. And they're a really nice acetate. Well, I don't know if it's acetate. I guess they're called acetate, but it's a really nice thick material, not like a vellum that's really thin and going to get messed up. It's a relatively low profile tab as well, and already punched. These are nice. I like these. All right, so I got tabs, and then I got an inbox, and so you can use this to put over your inbox, but you can also use it without like inbox sheets, but instead stick sticky notes on it. So you can just take some sticky notes and stick them down, and you could do 2 different sizes, or smaller, 3 different sizes, multiple sizes, and you could have your inbox on sticky notes, which for me works a little bit better, because then once I've done whatever I need to do, or I've migrated it where it needs to go, I can just take it off and throw it away. So we have our inbox, and then lastly we have a Passion Fuels Purpose dashboard. Ooh, oh wow, this feels amazing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like silky smooth. Oh, it feels so good. So it says, purpose fuels passion. Did I say passion fuels purpose? Purpose fuels passion. Purpose is the reason you journey. Passion is the fire that lights the way. I really like that. I'm not usually big on dashboards, but I really like what this says, but I really love the color. So I love the sort of rusty kind of color on it. And again, it feels amazing. And so, you know, you can put it behind your tabs. So say you wanted that behind your project tab. When you flip to your projects, you'd have this beautiful dashboard back there. That is it. So that is my A6. Let me grab it all. My A6 Destash box. This is so much stuff. I am so excited. And again, I was fairly certain that the A6 would be undated because they don't generally have A6 dated in their shop. And so I was fairly certain that everything would come undated, which it did, which is amazing because then I truly can use it whenever I want without any issue. And because I have my own printables already for other things, I don't necessarily need dated inserts from them for my planner. And then this is my Franklin Covey haul. So I got all of this in my Destash, and I think it's just amazing. I just think it's a really good way to get some fun, unique layouts that you might not normally pick up or try, but that you can use in your planner, test out. And also, a lot of them are very easy to adapt to use for different purposes. So there's a lot of flexibility, I think, in these boxes and a lot of value in these boxes. So I'm really excited for that. But that is my May Paper Co. Destash box unboxing in Franklin Covey Compact in A6 size. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this unboxing. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos. And don't forget to just scribble.